It's a success. We did it. It's Freeman's garage. It's the 1962 Rambler. We're kicking work off on this car today, right off of the cliffhanger you were left with in the previous video. You know, the part where we found out we got to strip the bolt hole in the transmission case. Not good. But hey, it's all part of getting a transmission that's been stuck since 1975 unstuck and working again. And also, well, just trying to get the car back on the road for the first time since 75. Our bolts are 5/16 and the thread pitch is 18, which that's important because, well, not only do we need to know that for this, but look, my 5/16 18, it's stripped out at the beginning. What are the odds? But we are going to attempt to fix that right now. See that number 18? It's like that movie, which I just thought about for the first time in probably 30 years. Never Ending Story. I've got visions in my head of what that movie looked like. And I remember being fascinated by the world or worlds that they were in. Oh gosh. And yeah, it's kind of like when I first had dabbled into Pink Floyd deeply, probably 7th grade, and I didn't think they were human. I thought, how could earthlings make sounds like this? Nothing like dragging stuff like this around things like Harley Davidsons. You're just asking to ruin something, but hey, guy needs a bigger garage, right? Perfect excuse. Actually, I don't even need that right now. Now, I know on camera that this might have looked like how it's supposed to look on this end, but with the naked ball of eye here in person, believe me, it needed to be touched up. All right, let's go underneath. You know what I just thought about right now? I don't think we have room to even do this, do we? Yeah, well, we do, but not with the handle. This isn't gonna fit. We're hitting on the cross member. Not sure if we're straight or not. Okay, yeah, we are. Okay, I just sprayed some WD-40 on this. Okay, I'm not sure exactly how this is gonna go. This is, well, it's not gonna go. There you go. It of course works better on the square end, but it's harder to get to. Okay, we're cutting. I'm just trying to do it straight. Okay, I grabbed a pair of channel locks for some more grip. Oh, there we go. It's way better than those puny pliers. Okay, there we go. It bottomed out. And I didn't take it out and then clean metal shavings off and put it back in 5 times. Anything like that. Just trying to get this done. And it wasn't that deep of a hole. And if these bolts don't thread into this hole now, or if this transmission ends up not working, give a guy an E for effort. Okay, you ready to try? Let's just grab a random bolt here, although I started selecting. Alright, let's just try one. Oh! It works! Well, we're down to there. Is that far enough though? How thick is the pan? Oh, well, the pan and the gasket's real thick. I think that's far enough, right? And then one of our lights died. All the lights are starting to die now. I think that's one of our goobered up ones that needs to go in a specific goobered up hole. Here's another one we'll try. See, that goes... See, that's probably... That might be all far... That might be far enough. Oh, this one goes further. Oh! We're going to use this one in this hole. Yes, let's not mix this one up. Let's get the pan on and test this transmission, dang it! Alright, just snugging everything up now. I am just impressed that we're able to straighten out those threads and fix them. Was I surprised? Yeah. Was I surprised? No, not at all. Now the torque spec on these transmission pan bolts are 9 to 12 foot-pounds. And our torque wrench, yeah, we don't have one here that goes that low. So, that's why we're using a 1/4-inch ratchet so that we don't over-tighten them. So I'm just kind of going around once, just kind of gently, and then I'll go back around again and snug them up. I'm trying to do it from the middle out on each side, just to try to squish the gasket evenly, but who knows if that's doing anything or not. If anything were to leak, just hope it's not one of the front bolts, because when we set this back down, the transmission back down, we have a mount here and a mount here. We got to put our washer and nut back in on each side, which we took out in the first video with this transmission. And then it will be bolted down, so it'll be a pain if the front leak. Looks like the front seal of the pump might be a little leaky. Not sure. I guess we'll find out. Who knows? Who knows at this point? We are going to put our transmission mount washers and nuts on. I kind of don't want to, because if the transmission doesn't work and everything's got to completely come out, then it'd be one thing already done, but I also don't know how much this transmission might bang around when clunking it through the gears. So yeah, it's actually kind of nice having these pliers stuck to the magnet. It's kind of a handle. Okay, just blasting those threads just for some extra insurance against strippage. Blast any debris off. And the nuts, I have already chased them, so they are clean and good to go. And I'm moving even faster now. I caught a second wind because we're starting this car and testing this transmission out in just a few seconds here. You're probably thinking, Freeman, why haven't you been working this fast this whole time? Well, isn't that just the same thing when you watch a sporting event and your Bengals or your Cowboys or your 49ers, all of a sudden, when they're about to lose in the last 30 seconds of the fourth quarter, all of a sudden, when they haven't been able to do anything all day, in 15 seconds, they move the ball 85 yards. Oh, come on. There we go. And just be very careful with this hood. Okay. Let's put transmission fluid in. Where's our bucket? Remember this heck hole over here? Put a gallon in this jug here. And the reason for that is I just want to know how much I'm putting in the transmission. It kind of doesn't make too much sense because there's an unknown amount of fluid that's in the torque converter and in the passageways in the transmission. But at least this makes me feel a little bit better knowing that we are putting a gallon in, because that's what we're going to do. We're just going to put a gallon in it first. Yeah, it's about spot on for a gallon. Oh, that's nice. If you miss, you dump transmission fluid right on top of your coil. We're not going to be able to get an accurate, oh gosh, yeah, I put a little too much in here actually. We're not going to be able to actually check the fluid level accurately with the car not being level, and that's fine because we're not driving the car today. Hold on, I'm just really trying not to spill this stuff everywhere because transmission fluid does catch on fire and it's more stuff to even clean up and all that, so bear with me. No, not on the restored fuel pump. Just like you, I am sick and tired of seeing transmission fluid right now. You know, if this transmission leaks on the floor right now, we wouldn't even notice. But I'd say a gallon should be able to let us safely go through the gears real quick here in the garage and verify that the thing works. And by pushing the different gear selections, we'll be getting fluid into all of our passageways and whatnot. And we don't want to overfill it, but you cannot tell me right now that this gallon would be overfilling it. Okay, I'm going to call that enough since there was a little bit more than a gallon in here. Remember that for future reference. We've put a gallon in. Let's just see what the stick says anyways, just to verify that it actually went into the transmission and not onto the floor. Okay, it's showing us way over full, but that's because the transmission was drained and we haven't filled those spaces back up yet. We are not hooked up to the gas tank in the car yet, so we need a gas can, and let me guess. Yep, that's right. It's empty. Okay, I'm hopping in 67. Go get some gas. Be right back. Fast. Golly. I had to throw this battery back in the truck. You know, the only thing that can solve the issues around here is a 60 by 120. That's the only thing that can do it. All right, we got our gas, and I was at the service station. Couldn't help myself. Got a celebratory can of chemicals. Horrible choice. Can't be good for you. Oh, it's so... just does something in there. Oh yeah, Rambler. Rambler! We're scrambling for the rambling. Alright, we are hooked up to our dual action fuel pump that pumps your fuel and wipes your wipers. Right into the gas can there. We got water, right? We got coolant. We've done that before, right? Okay, we're good. Not sure how long we're gonna have our run, but just to be safe skis. Okay, we are about to start the car. Let's just look at our dipstick. Yeah, went down a little bit. Settled, still above full, which is normal at this point. And it was probably actually a good thing to let it sit for a bit while I went and got some gasoline, because probably just gave it, it might not matter, but maybe just gave it some time to settle in and find some nooks and crannies to get into and lubricate. Are we leaking anywhere under here? No. I don't see any leakage going on. I think we're good for a test. One more quick thing and then we'll fire the engine up and test the transmission. Okay, remember this here? This cable? I'm not concerned about it much, okay, because we're not driving the car inside the garage, right? We're not going down the highway in the garage, but I just want to know where this is at rest. So we're not going to take the time right now and add another half an hour on the setting up all this throttle linkage, but we will throw that in there and we will just mock this up into place. Okay, and then now, see, this goes into a little hole here. So get that in there. Okay. And then that slides down in here. Now I can't get this to snap down in there very easily, but that's close enough for now, because we know that this is not like that at rest, at idle. Okay, that just makes me feel better. I don't know if it's gonna make a difference or not, but it makes me feel good. This may seem ridiculous, but I put a block under each front tire, because the thing is if this car somehow comes off the jack stands while in gear, it's gonna go through the kitchen wall. Now that curb will help a little bit, but here's the thing. Why don't I just set the car down on the ground? Well, because the brake system that we rebuilt from scratch, it worked on the jack stands, but they haven't been adjusted. It hasn't been test driven. So I'm just not going to take that chance. So we're doing it this way. Let's fire up this 196 straight 6 and push the buttons on the dashboard and finally find out if if this transmission is gonna work. You know what I'm saying though, right? This thing could shake itself off the jack stands, and there's no proof that the brakes are gonna hold it, which is why I'm not even gonna be in the car. Oh, maybe I should be. Where am I gonna be when we do this? Yeah, good question. I'm sure the fuel pump is a little dry from sitting. It might take a second to kind of prime itself. Okay, there's our power wire for our coil. Yeah, I'm gonna start it here, and as soon as I get it idling, I'm gonna put it in drive. Ready? And if everything goes crazy, I'll pull this wire if I can catch it when the car's driving away. Oh, is anything gonna... Oh, the remote starter switch just fell apart. Come on. Just never ending. Oh my gosh. If your name was Tammy and we were married, you would have left me by now. Spring actually flew out again, but I spared you the misery of watching me search for it for 5 minutes. I found it on top of the steering box. I found it in the last place I looked. All right, let's do it. Okay, better connection. And I also disconnected the cable that goes to our carburetor, because that was just in the way. All right, here we go. Stuck since 1975. Will this Borg-Warner Flash-O-Matic push button on the dash transmission work? Fantastic engine starter. I'd rather not, but just a little bit. I don't like the thought of drying things out in there. Oh, shh! Yeah, I was gonna say, before I tried to start it, that another reason why I don't want the car to come off the jack stand is because it would run over all my tools. And now my tools are covered in $4 in gasoline. Okay, gas can won't fall over this time. Due for good luck. Gotta get that fuel pump going. Okay, that's the last time I'm putting this stuff in there. What is all that noise? Is that the transmission? Yeah, we need some real gasoline. Yeah, the gas can's fine. That was a transmission making all that noise. I hate to kind of unprime our... Oh gosh, this gas can's too full. Oh, you know, you are unsubscribing after this, aren't you? Well, it's there. Just once or twice more. See, it's about to idle. Wait. Okay. Yeah, we got fuel up there, so we don't need to pour anything in there anymore. I was wondering what that noise was. The transmission works. You didn't say anything, or did you not notice? I was wondering what in the world was that noise? Except for what are we in? Well, let's see. Well, we're in neutral, but we're in park off. Let's put park on. This video is never going to end, is it? What does that mean? I mean, we got forward gear, right? That was going forward. See, it's a good thing we had it on jack stands since we have to start it from outside the car, because it would have just drove away. Now, before we did all this work inside the transmission, we've had the car running on jack stands and on the ground in previous videos, and we were never in gear. So I wonder, maybe we're supposed to, I don't know, maybe we didn't put stuff together right. See, look, here, let's push some buttons with the engine not running and see what happens. And here we'll have park off, and see, we should be neutral. Well, here, let's press low. Or hold on here. Okay, let's just see. Let's see if that did anything right there. That's called an open differential. Oh, here. I'm going to press neutral. Nothing? Well, if I knew exactly what was going on here and that it's fine, it's fixable, and that should be good, then yeah, we could be done here, but I don't know. Here, let's see what happens if we put it in reverse. Still going forward, huh? Oh! It went forward for a second and then went in reverse. Yeah, it's going in reverse right now. You know, we might need more fluid too, actually. But here, let's put it in neutral. Isn't this awesome? We're finally using these buttons. Well, here, you look while I push. Come on. I'm pushing it. I guess it's still in reverse. What if we, it shouldn't be. What if we press reverse while it's in reverse? Huh. Well, here, let's put it in neutral. Make sure all these buttons are out. Okay, let's shut it off again. Okay. And now, well, here, let's do this. Let's put it in D1. It's possible we need to get fluid, go through every gear to get fluid in everywhere, or we're a little low. But let's play around with this a little bit more. There's no way we're low enough to hurt anything. Are we gonna have a cold-blooded Rambler on our hands? Well, our choke's not hooked up or anything. Oh! Well, it wasn't doing anything. Then it slowly started. I suppose maybe if the car was on the ground with the weight on it, it wouldn't be moving, but we're in drive. Here, let's try something real quick. Let's give it a little bit of throttle. Oh, you're probably not, well, maybe you can see it. Does it start moving? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Okay, let's try neutral again. Okay, so we're in neutral. Let's try it again. Yes! Yes, it's in I think it's neutral. Wait, now it's going backwards. Here, hold on. Here, let's do this. Let's just go D2. Nothing. Okay, D1. Nothing. Low. Nothing. Neutral. Nothing. Reverse. Nothing. This is not proper fluid level checking procedure for this transmission, but let's just see what we see here, because if it shows nothing on the stick, then maybe we'll add some. But what we need to do, actually, before we even do that, oh yeah, see, yeah, there's almost nothing on the stick. Now we are not on level ground, right? So take that into consideration. Take that, take that for what it's worth. As I've said earlier, we don't want to overfill it, but I feel comfortable putting the rest of that bucket in here, and then we will properly prime the hydraulic system and the transmission. I'll show you how to do that in just a second here. I was hoping we were going to be able just to do just a quick test and then verify that, yeah, we're good. We got all the gears, right? But we haven't verified that yet. Although the fact that it does something, that tells us right there that we're probably, I'd say 90% chance we got a good transmission here, or more. Let's get more fluid in here, and then I'll show you how we're gonna prime the system, and then we'll also recheck fluid. Hopefully it starts working or doing all that kind of stuff. I don't know why I was thinking the bucket. Let's just pour the rest of this jug in here we were pouring in earlier. Hey, Kenny Rogers told us every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser. And the best that you can hope for is, that's not uplifting. All right, let's prime the hydraulic system, and then we will check the fluid level again. I don't care what that's doing right now. Let's get in the car. Let's put our foot on the brake. Oh. The brake is working. Okay, what we're actually going to do is we're going to go park, and then we're going to cycle through. Oh, come on. Wait, why are we not going? Okay. Foot on the brake. We're going to cycle through all our selections for about 10 seconds each. We'll do that. And that sound is us losing audio, technical difficulty. So here I am after the fact adding some audio to this clip. We were priming the hydraulic system by selecting each gear for about 10 seconds each, doing that 3 times while holding the brake, and then shut the engine off, check the fluid level, add a little bit to get us into the hash marks without overfilling it, and then do it again. And usually, a few times, and then the transmission will start working properly. See, we were hitting reverse, and we're rolling. Oh, we're going reverse there, but sometimes we were, sometimes we weren't. We press forward and get reverse, vice versa. But it's getting there. And now we're about to check the fluid level after we shut the engine off. There we go. Pull that coil wire. And now we're checking the fluid level here. And I think I was telling you that per the manual, checking the hot level means if the car's been driven 5 miles or more, cold if it hasn't been driven. But our stick doesn't have hot and cold markings, so we don't have to worry about that. I added a block behind each front tire. How fast it was spinning in reverse and how the brake wasn't holding it is kind of scary. I can't afford a new garage door. All right, so let's fire it up again, and then let's cycle through again, and then we can check the fluid again. And hopefully everything works just the way it's supposed to this time. All right, let's do it. Okay. I'm trying to go in reverse. Not doing anything. Well, actually, you know what? Here, I just pulled park off. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Oh, it's starting to work now. And our idle must be too low. That actually really went into gear for real that time. Which means adjustments, idle adjustment and whatnot. Ooh, it's quiet in here. But that's a whole nother ball of wax. But hey, our transmission works. Does the front pump seal leak? Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. It's possible. It's pretty obvious though that we're really getting fluid in all the right places now, and this transmission, it's gonna work. I don't know if this door opens from the inside. Oh, thank goodness. It's a success. We did it. This transmission works. We just gotta tie up the loose ends, prep it for a test drive, and then go test drive it. We're gonna be rambling in no time. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Some tools, some parts, stuff like that is linked in the video description, and more videos to watch. There's one on your screen to go watch next. And yeah, I'm sorry, but I gotta kick you out of here. I got a big mess to clean up. This is gonna take me, oh man. Well, if I knew exactly what was going on